Hello YouTube, this is Pokemon Disigma, and I'm doing a set and review for the upcoming Plasma Blast set in English. If you've watched any of my other videos, you've noticed I did review Megalo Cannon, but that was all Japanese cards, and we did get a few reprints in this set. So let's start with the rares. We have Masquerine, Cradily, Excelgor, Genesect, Volcanara. We have Suqueen, Frostlass, Caracosta, Azelf, Uxie, Drifbloom, Wheelincliss, Machamp, Argon, Excavalier. Let's see here, am I missing anyone? No, I am not. Of these, the only ones I really want to hit on is Masquerine with its ability to remove and rearrange tools. I feel that that would be something that might see play if Item Box Sigilyph becomes a thing, and it's very possible that that will be a deck, but we won't know until Fall Battle Roads. Cradily has a lot of potential, but the problem with Cradily, and me and my personal testing with it with the Japanese cards, has been I cannot set up Cradily consistently enough for it to be a thing or a deck, and that'll be the hindrance. Anything else in the set, the only other really cool ones there was the Suqueen, which is a Sigilyph for Blastoids. That will still be around. And then the Frostlass, that basically says Plasma, go away. You can't attach energies. It's kind of an important thing. Nifty mechanic, though, is if we go to the rare hollows first. My first one I want to touch on is Mesprit, which is a 5 Uxie and Azelf. My Pokemon have no weaknesses. Yes, it's really catcher heavy, but at the same time, it has potential. Just like Item Bot Sigilyph, I can have 4 tools attached. It's cool. It's amazing. But I feel that it might be a thing, it might not, because of space in the deck. Then we have other rare hollows worth looking into would be, let's see here, the Porygon Z deck, which will probably be just a revamp of Hydreigon. Again, it's really good. And Haxorus. If you can consistently turn 2 Haxorus, Plasma beware. It's that simple. He auto KOs you, and he's really hard to revenge KO. And that's pretty much it for the foils that really matter, besides the reprints, which I believe the Blastoids is a hard reprint of Deluge, which means he will be around for a while, probably on purpose, though. Then we go on to the EXs. We have Genesect, Kyurem, Dialga, Palkia, Jirachi. I'll make sure I'm not missing anyone. And Virizion. Virizion Genesect is a deck. It's a thing. It will be a thing. If you follow the top cut, or not the top cut, but the deck out, he even says if Energy Switch stays, which it's not, but if it would, that would be BDIF. I can understand why. Jirachi is a great support EX, but it has the lowest hit points of any EX right now in the game, and is really, really catcher bait. It's 90 hit points to knock it out, not a problem to do. It's weak to fire, resistance to psychic, but you never attack with Jirachi when you play it. Dialga has some cool uses. His first attack is 50 damage for a metal, a psychic, and a colorless, but it lets you possibly pick up a card if you flip a heads, and it's kind of useful. His second attack for 4 colorless does 90, which is really cool, and it makes your opponent mill cards. And if anyone else remembers how devastating Durant was, he's just a bigger Durant that has a higher energy cost. Palkia is the tank. Its first attack lets it switch, and its second attack, actually I'm not 100% on that one, but its second attack lets it heal for plasma energy. It's cool, it's nifty, it's not worth doing. It's just too hard. Then we have the Ace Specs G-Scope and G-Booster. Both are really good. Personally, I feel that Booster is better on the simple fact that it turns a Genesect into a Black Ballista. It's cool. That would be the Ace Spec of that deck. Any other deck, not so much. Then we have Super Scoop Up Cyclone, which has some nifty uses. It's essentially a max potion at most points, But to pick up your energy again in a deck that can excel, especially something like Windfall Tornadus, if you're building the speed version of that, instead of scramble switching, if you know you have a fair amount of coreless mechs left and you can get them easily, it might be better just to super scoop up and have all those back, send them back into the deck, and get a fresh Tornadus, power up, and keep swinging. Master Ball, probably useless for the longest time until we see some of these A-specs rotate out, which would be next year. It's low tier A-spec. It will probably be a couple bucks at the most. It was in the starter deck in Japan. It's not that cool. And then we'll go into the reprints. We have Energy Retrieval, which needed it. We have Rare Candy, which again really did need a reprint. It needs to stay in the format. We have Ultra Ball, which is nice. It's great. It's really, really cool to have that back and not have expensive Ultra Ball prices. And everyone's favorite card, Catcher. Did get a reprint. Was really hoping it didn't. Was really hoping it would rotate out soon. It makes a foul play environment sometimes and really doesn't let decks that set up work without Tropical Beach. And that's a problem in my eyes. I should be able to play a Stage 2 deck without spending at least $100 on one. And we got some nifty little tech cards in this set. Really the biggest tech card in my eyes would be the fact that we have Silver Mirror now, which says Plasma, go home, you're drunk. It's cool, it's nice, I like it, but at the same time I feel that it's probably bad for the game with them making all the Plasma deck a 10. It kind of says, oh, new players beware, this uncommon from the new set says you can't play your deck now unless you run Tool Scrappers, and it's kind of bad. Darkrai and the Rayquaza 10s let new players have competitive decks at low prices. That is what I feel the American 10s are made to do, is lower the prices of the good EXs that you need. And then we have our Juniper reprint, which means that she's going to be around for a while. I'm okay with that. She does have a penalty. It's just another Professor Oak in some ways. It's nice. And we did get a new tech card, Reversal Trigger for Plasma. It's a computer search for them taking a prize. And you can abuse that with Item Box Sigalith. I make him Plasma, I attach 3, I'm going to grab 3 searches. Just for you taking out my Plasma Pokemon. It's not a bad idea. Plasma Energy did get another reprint. Again, it makes sense. Iris has some nifty uses. Maybe a one of at some point. Not too fond of her. I feel that Caitlyn will be a one of at least, on the simple fact that she is Claydol Light. If anyone remembers Claydol from Great Encounters. And then we have the Bangle, which saw huge play in Battle Carnival's last format at Japan because they had the card out. It's a great card. It's not by any means lacking in what it needed to do. And Plasma also got another really cool tech card, the Chatot. For 1 colorless energy, I can strip all the tools from my opponent. Not just the defending, it's all tools. Which is cool, but Silver Mirror does say it doesn't work because I am unaffected by effects of the attack as well. And that's pretty much the entire set. There's some nifty little techs here and there. The entire set is kind of bad. Driftbloom, again, we'll see play because he's a free attacker against a Plasma match, and he strips energies. Just like we will see probably Frostlasses. We're going to see Suqueens. We will see a lot of these cards spot play. But how often are they going to top, I won't be able to judge yet. And that is my review for Plasma Blast. It's very short, sweet, to the point. And I really think that this set kind of hinders progress of the game to a 6 prize format. So, this is Pokemon Disigma signing off.